press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students. Okay, so in the previous class we did discuss about the same chapter, right? Yes, lifelines of national economy, but again we did discuss about the transportation, right? How the road transportation is very important, or say like how it is improved or it is better, it stands better compared to the railways there. So we had discussed about the same thing in the last class. So it was we had discussed saying that there were almost 8 points that we did discuss, saying that how roadways is improvised, or say like it stands better compared to the railways here. So again when it comes to railways, again no doubt like roadways are improvised, or say it is like it stands better compared to the railways here. The reason is we have better the construction is better. Okay, it can be easily constructed, the cost is less, and door to door the delivery can be done. It is again a easy thing, and again it creates a link right between the road, and creating a link between roadways, it is very easy compared to the railways and all. Creating link, it goes very difficult, right? So that is the reason we consider roadways as the very easier, or say very important or even advantageous compared to the railways there. So now that is the comparison. Again we will discuss about the 6 classes, that is your supranational highways, national highways, state highways, district roads, other roads and border roads. So these are the 6 classes we did discuss, right? In the previous class we had discussed the same thing. Today now let us know about roadways, again on the basis of the material used. As I told you, kacha roads and paka roads, right? In the previous class I came across this word. So when it comes to kacha roads, those roads which gets vanished all of a sudden, nothing but see, during rainy season you can find only ditches there, right? There are many roads, even though it is constructed, you can find ditches everywhere because of the bad condition, right? The roads are, if at all it is not in a good condition of it, or say if it is not constructed in a good manner using the good technologies, using the good materials, then definitely it would give away, right? During the rainy season and all, you would find that the roads have vanished. You have to find a road, where exactly is the road so that I can take my vehicle, right? So this usually happens. Okay, let me give you the best example, that is Harihar Davangere road, wherein within the city now it is under construction, right? Earlier, after this college, that is GMIT college, you could see like how the road was, right? You were whenever I used to travel, I had to find the road exactly, where is the road, so that I can take my vehicle on that particular road. So the roads were that it was in a bad condition, but however now they are constructing again. God's grace, will be getting a very good road very soon. So that is like see, though the road they had used all the good materials, though they had done, or they had constructed a very good road, no doubt it was there, but it was not maintained actually. Okay, the maintenance was not done properly. That's the reason the quality of the road started deteriorating. I'm not talking about see, every now and then they used to fill the roads, and the proper construction was not there. There were many difficulties. Definitely they have all the difficulties, because there were so many trees over there. Cutting the trees was not a good thing, right? And again they wanted a very big lane, and for this you need planning and all. So for the sake of planning, for the or say to bring a good construction of the road, again it would take time, right? So definitely for compensating, or say if at all you have to get, if at all you want some improvised road, definitely there should be a perfect plan. So to execute the plan, it has taken much time. Now the roads are again, they are constructing, no doubt. But yes, if at all the materials that is used is not a good material, then definitely there would be the road gets vanished. We have seen it in many places. It is not only about Harihar Davangere. We have come across many roads which are not in good condition, right? We don't have we do not find any good condition there, especially the rural areas. Okay, people don't concentrate upon the construction. They do not give much importance there, so that they would get the good roads there. So the roads will be not in a good condition. That's the reason what happens, the road, the value of the road, it starts deteriorating, and during rainy season definitely there will be only ditches you can find filled with water. Okay, it would be very difficult to travel then. So in the same manner, when it comes to in a general language, we can consider it as a kacha road and paka road. Okay, like kacha roads are the one which is not totally properly constructed. Okay, you can find it is a road which is constructed by the people themselves, like walking every time the road will be constructed there. Okay, so something like that which is not in a perfect manner, and something that is constructed by the state authority or say district authority, those are called as paka roads, which will be having a life, okay, good life, and again it has to be maintained very well. So now let me tell you again, roadways, again it is divided as metalled road and unmetalled road. So when it comes to metalled road, what they say is here, so we it can be the metalled roads are made up of cement or say concrete, or even like good stones and all. They use all the small pieces of stone on that, all this, the construction will be properly done. The maintained or the properly constructed roads, okay, those can be considered as metalled roads, which wherein they use all this cement, okay, or say stone, or even other materials like concrete and all, okay, or say even like bitumen of coal. Okay, so all these things, we call it as tar road, right? No, damper road. Okay, we call it as a damper road. Okay, all these things. So those things will be used there. So tar road and all we call it, right? So metalled roads. So that can be considered as metalled roads, and unmetalled roads are the one which vanishes. As I told you, it gets vanished. Okay, with the time. Okay, when it comes to rainy season, especially the rainy season, what happens? Definitely all of a sudden the road gets vanished. So this is the that is called as unmetalled road. Next is like that, with that we finish roadways. See, as you all know, roadways are very much important because it is creating the link between all these states, not only the states, even from the rural areas. Okay, rural areas, it is getting connected because of the roads itself. So road is creating a huge link there. Okay, it is creating a huge link. So because of the huge link itself, roads are given much more importance, and even it is like totally economical in nature. Okay, it is totally economical in nature. So that is the reason roadways are considered here. Next comes the railways. Okay, let us know something about railways. Do you like traveling in railway? Definitely, right? Every person would like or say would love to travel in train, right? Because you can accumulate, more people can be accumulated. Right now, because of the pandemic, it is a bit difficult, no doubt. But yes, see, again, railway has got its own importance. Okay, so it is very first is principal mode. When we consider railway, it is the principal mode of transportation for freight and passengers. So both freight, nothing but all the goods can be carried, and even the passengers, okay, from one place to another place they can travel easily. So it is the principal mode of transportation. It is not only about the freight. Okay, it is not only about the freight, even passengers can travel from one place to another very easily. Okay, so that's the reason it is considered as a principal mode. The next is like what they say is here, when it comes to India, like no doubt principal mode. The second point what we can understand here is railways make it possible. Okay, like railways, it is because of the railway itself, it is very easy for the, it is multifarious activities will be carried out here. So what is multifarious activities? So what happens, you see, when it comes to bus, lorry, etc., either you can carry passengers or either you can carry the goods. No doubt, sometimes even if you are traveling in bus and all, no doubts, like a few goods can be carried. Okay, not in a large amount, very less amount. Okay, that is possible. But again, we do have goods carrier as a different thing, right? As a different vehicle itself, we have goods carrier, what we call. So when it comes to railway, the one advantage is easily from different places. No doubt, people also can travel from one place to another. With that, even goods also can travel from one place to another, because at one particular time, one even if you use one or two bogies, okay, one or two bogies filling up with all the goods there, the remaining bogies can be used for the passenger there. So again, that would be very easy. So that's the reason we call it as a multifarious activities. So train carries the multifarious activities wherein business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, along with the transportation of goods over longer distances. So longer distances. So what happens if at all people see, just like VRL, SRS, all these bus, they too carry most of the even the goods, right? Apart from the passengers, even the goods they do carry. So if you ever check all these bus and all, you can see goods being carried from one place to another, if at all it is a very long distance place, or it's a long distance to be covered. So train, here they are telling, no doubt business is done. With that, again sightseeing they say. Best example is Dudhsagar. Have you heard about Dudhsagar? If you have traveled, I tell you, the eye-catching sight would make you get excited. There are certain other pilgrimage places wherein you can travel through, like a train itself. Okay, a train moves very slow. When it comes to Dudhsagar, it moves very slow so that you can enjoy the Dudhsagar. It is totally like you feel you are within some milky a mountain or something. That experience you can get. Okay, if you find time, please see Dudhsagar. Okay, just type Dudhsagar in YouTube. You can check most of the people who sir have traveled, or say even the bloggers. Okay, they do. They might have put the videos and all. You can check how good it looks. Okay, the view itself catches your eye. Okay, totally you'll be like in different world. So Dudhsagar is the best example what I can give here wherein it comes to sightseeing. Okay, so for the sightseeing, like this particular thing is like a train is the best thing there. You don't have buses. Okay, definitely. Now again, roadway you cannot go. It is a railway itself. You have to use you have to make use of railway there. So that's the reason they have mentioned multifarious activities. So you see, multifarious activities are carried out when it comes to railways here. It is not only carrying the goods, it is not only taking the passenger, but again, conducting business. Definitely it is like, apart from that, again sightseeing and all, which is again very much necessary, right? So that is multifarious activities. So railway is very much important here. So next, longer distance. Okay, longer distance is covered here through railways. And apart from an important means of transport, the Indian railways have been a great integrating force for more than almost 150 years. Okay, and it is binding. Okay, railway is binding economic life. Okay, as well as it is accelerating the development of the industry and agriculture, as the transportation and all has become very easy. Longer distance, right, from one place to another, like no doubt one day we have to wait, or maybe even 2 days, 3 days, they have to travel from, if at all you consider Delhi to Davangere and all, like it would take almost 2.5 days, sometimes even like almost 3 days, if at all the roads are not or say the railway bridges are having some problem and all, then again 3 days. So it takes a very long time traveling. So but even then, it is binding the economic life and even accelerating the industry and agriculture. See how good, right? It is accelerating the like industry and even agriculture there. So that option has been given, and that is like the railways are making use of all these things. It is enhancing the industry. It is enhancing the agriculture. See what happens through roadways. If at all you consider the bus and all, bus, lorry, no doubt they do carry loads to there. But most of the times we have seen, if at all the huge iron rods and all, if the lorries and all they are carrying, what happens? Like we have seen the lorries meeting with an accident, it totally falls, right? So that's the reason to carry all these iron rods, heavy materials that can be easily carried through the railway itself. That's the reason it is accelerating the industry, because it is making the industry get all the raw material at the fingertips, or it is making easy, okay, for the industries to enhance itself, and even getting all the materials on time, making it reach on time, like all these things are possible. And even agricultural activities, okay, it is helping both the things very easily. On the large amount you can carry, okay, you have goods carrier again, so like this is very easy. The next is what they are telling here is, so the Indian Railway, okay, it was started in the year 1853. The very first train that was that the travelers which was streamed is like Mumbai to Thane, it seems, that too in the year 1853, which did cover almost 34 kilometers. So that is again a advantageous one, right? Like or say that is the memory, like what these people do have now. So India is having 16 zones. Now let us know about those zones here, okay, which are the zones and what is the name they have given here. Let us know about that particular thing. Yes, so when it comes to the 16 zones, okay, see we have 16 zones here, okay, I'll let you know about those things. Let me cover up the things here. So the factors, okay, there are certain factors which is helping the railway, okay, or say there are certain factors which is restricting the railway to get spread its wing. So even it includes the physiographic, it may be the physiographic position or say factor, or economic factor, and even the administrative factor. So it is largely influencing all these factors here, okay. Railways are actually influencing these factors. But again, as I told you, roadways are very easy, but railways, constructing railway lines, constructing the tracks is very difficult. It goes very difficult. See the northern plains, okay, with their vast level land, high population density and rich agricultural resources provide the most favorable condition for their growth, okay. So northern plains, like northern plains, all these things are like that is how it is getting influenced, okay. But a large number of rivers requiring construction of bridges across their wide beds posed some obstacles. As I told you, construction of bridges goes difficult, okay. Connecting land is very easy, connecting roads is very easy, but connecting the railway goes very difficult. That's the reason again construction of these bridges, okay, for the railway track, it is going difficult. So that is causing an obstacle here. And even hilly terrains, as I told you, the hills and all, as see if at all you have a mountain or a hill, okay, see roads can be like constructed like this, right? At least something they can plan up and they can construct, but a railway will not be possible in the same manner. So that is again difficult. No doubt few people have done it, and few places are having such good railway tracks also, no doubt, but even then it goes very difficult, and economically, right, again the cost and all they have to consider, right? So it goes very difficult. So the Himalayan mountains regions too are unfavorable here for the construction of railway lines, and like the sparse population first thing, and lack of economic opportunities. There are no much opportunities, which is like which is of no use, okay. Even if you consider the railway line, if you construct a railway line, it should be made use, right? So if at all that is not used, then it is a waste of money, it is not economical in nature. And likewise it is like the railway lines on the sandy plain, it goes very like difficult. Western Rajasthan, construction of again the railway lines, or say swamps of Gujarat, forested tracts of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand, again these places construction is very difficult. Then the contiguous stretch, that is Sahyadri, could be crossed only through gaps or like passes, that is ghats, okay, ghat section. So in recent time like in the previous class, as I told you, Konkan railways, right? So it is the long, the west coast has facilitated the movement of passengers and goods, covering the most regions here. So it has also faced a number of problems. Okay, while construction itself, there were so many problems, sinking of track in some stretches and landslides. So see, as these you might have heard about Mangalore landslide, right? Recently, maybe a year ago, it did take place. So every now and then there is a landslide. So if these keeps happening again and again, like the construction or say the repair or maintenance of these railways goes very difficult. So that is what they have said. So all of a sudden there would be the railways, the track would get sink, okay, or say even the construction goes very difficult there. So the railways have become more important, no doubt, because of the multifarious activities. It is gaining much more importance here, okay, than all other means of transport. But together, like the railway transport, it suffers like a problem as well, as I told you, the construction itself. Okay, the main thing is construction itself, because constructing the railway tracks are very difficult, right? The huge railway, see the tracks, okay, it should be in a particular manner, it should be in a right manner, even if there is a slight change, or even if because of the climatic change, if there are any problem in the track, okay, many a times it gets melted, because of the heat. Sometimes there will be like bulging, all those things, if at all the material used is not right, or if at all it is not of good quality, or any smallest mistake, that would cause a derailment, okay, that would cause a derailment of the railways and all. That's the reason these people get scared, okay, whether they have to construct or whether they should not construct. So that is like they will be in a dilemma here. So many passengers travel, and the main another thing, okay, this is another thing that is actually possible. See, many passengers, what they do, they travel without tickets. Please, requesting you people, never do that. Okay, yes, this is the another thing which we have seen. Most of the time we see that people do travel without tickets there, right? So again, that makes that would be a loss, right? It would be the loss for the nation itself. People do fail in thinking about this thing, so they have to think about that. So that and moreover, there are thefts and damaging of railway property, and as you all know, like people do take up the things from the railway itself. For example, the blankets what they give, okay, and people do not know how to maintain, okay, they eat everything, they throw the stuffs there itself, they do not keep they do not maintain the cleanliness there. So again, cleaning and maintaining all those things goes difficult. So again, that's the reason railway is losing its importance. Else railway is very it is very easy compared to, or say it is very useful compared to the roadways. So that's the reason when it comes to railways, because of these things, people are stealing, people do theft, okay, they take up the things whatever they have been kept in the, they keep in the railways, and many a times they pull the chain without any reason. So again, that is help in then what happens, there would be heavy damage caused to the railway, because all of a sudden they cannot apply the brakes. If they apply, definitely there would be derailment, okay, definitely that would cause a huge damage for the railway. So people do it for the fun, which is again, the railway authority has to pay a huge amount there, or say they have to pay a huge penalty for that and all. So that's the reason. So these are the few problems. No doubt, if at all you consider only railway, definitely that is very much helpful, that is very much useful compared to the roadways. As I told you, roadways, no doubt, for a shorter distance and all, it is very helpful. But imagine for a longer distance, covering a huge amount, okay, covering a huge goods and all. So carriage goes very difficult, right? Carriage through land, it goes very difficult. But when it comes to railways, it is doing the multifarious activity. It is carrying out the multifarious activity. It would be very easy then, right? That would be very easy. So that's the reason, railways are having much more importance. But definitely, it is not easy, because the construction is going very difficult, as there are the particular tracks, okay, the construction of particular tracks are going difficult. So that's the reason the railway is losing its importance, and moreover people are doing all those mischievous things. Okay, in bus they cannot do that, but railway nobody checks there, right? So that's the reason, and they don't carry the tickets there. So those things are creating that is bringing an economic loss to the nation itself. So that's the reason the railways are losing its importance. So now let us know about the zones here and its headquarters here. Very first is Northern Railway. Okay, the zonal headquarters is at Baroda House, that is New Delhi. And what are the divisional headquarters? So that is given here: Delhi, Ambala, Firozpur, Lucknow and Muradabad. Okay, these are the few places wherein the headquarters is situated. Then comes the North Eastern Railway. Okay, the main headquarters is at Gorakhpur and the divisional headquarters are Izzat Nagar, Lucknow, NER, Varanasi. Then comes the Northeast Frontier Railway. Okay, headquarters is at Guwahati, and the other headquarters, okay, divisional headquarters are at Katihar, Alipurdar, Lamding, Rangia and Tinsukia. Okay, so these are the few places wherein you can find the other headquarters. Then comes the Eastern Railway, that is the headquarters is at Fairley Place, Kolkata, and it has 4 divisions, that is Howrah, Selda, Asansol and Malda. Next comes the South Eastern Railway, wherein it is headquartered at Garden Reach, that is Kolkata, West Bengal, India, and it comprises again 4 divisions here: Adra, Chakradharpur, Kharagpur and Ranchi. Next comes South Central Railway. Okay, the headquarters is at Sikandrabad and it comprises of 6 divisions here, that is Guntakal, Guntur, Nanded, Sikandrabad, Hyderabad and Vijayawada. Next comes the Southern Railway, that is the headquarters is at Chennai Central and it is comprising of 6 division here, that is Chennai, Madurai, Palghat, Tirchi and Trivandrum. Next comes your Central Railway, wherein the headquarters is at Mumbai Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal. Okay, and it contains it consists of 5 divisions here: Mumbai, Nagpur, Bhusawal, Pune and Sholapur. Next is Western Railway. Okay, so wherein the headquarters is at Mumbai Churchgate and there are almost 6 divisions again: Vadodara, Ahmedabad, Rajkot, Bhavnagar, Ratlam, Mumbai, WR. Okay, so next is Southwestern Railway. It is headquartered at Hubli and comprises 3 divisions, that is Bengaluru, Mysuru and R Hubli. Okay. Next is Northwestern Railway, wherein the headquarters is at Jaipur and it again comprises of 4 divisions here, that is Jaipur, Ajmer, Bikaner and Jodhpur. The next is West Central Railway. Okay, so it is headquartered at Jabalpur and it comprises of 3 divisions again: Jabalpur, Bhopal and Kota. The next is North Central Railway, wherein the headquarters is at Allahabad and it comprises of 3 divisions, that is Allahabad, Jhansi and Agra. The next is Southeast Central Railway, which is headquartered at Bilaspur and it comprises of 3 divisions, that is Bilaspur, Nagpur and Raipur. The next one is 15th. Okay, so East Coast Railway, which is headquartered at Bhubaneswar and it comprises of again 3 divisions there: Khurda Road, Waltier and Sambhalpur. The next is East Central Railway, okay, wherein it is comprising of 5 divisions with the headquarters at Hajipur. There are 5 divisions, it goes like this: Sonpur, okay, Sonpur, Samastipur, Danapur, Mughalsarai and Dhanbad. So these are the 16 divisions. Please dear students, make a note of it. Please see that you check all the 16 zones, and if at all any other currently made up zone, okay, if you find that okay there are any other zones, okay, which are added, okay, any new zones are being added here, you can just check out here Okay, so you can the Konkan railway and all, it is added. Okay, make a note of it please, if at all, like if you can do it, it would be very good. So see that you find out the current railway zones and their headquarters again, and even check if there are any divisions there. Okay, please do make a note of it. You can just do the work here. Okay, so with this we have finished the railways here. See, the comparison has to be done because we have to find the best way to be used here. Either it is roadways or railways, doesn't matter. If at all anything that is helpful in nature or anything that can be that is useful for us, okay, it doesn't matter whether it is roadways or railways, does not matter. But yes, what matters is it should be cost effective, very first thing, because we are developing nation. Okay, like when it comes to India, it is a developing nation. So keeping this in mind, we have to think that yes, we should bring something that is cost effective in nature, and within when it, not only that, it should be helpful. Okay, no doubt railway is totally helpful, maybe even cost effective compared to the roadways, provided it is used in a right manner and constructed in a proper manner. Okay, which is difficult again, that is there. But again, let me tell you one thing. So something that is cost effective and something that is useful in nature, definitely that is the, or that is carrying much more weightage there, right? So here again, roadways and railways both are very important for us, and because of the improvising technology, okay, because of the improved technology, definitely we are having good construction of road, and even we are getting good constructed railways. Okay, so again there has to be improvement. So as and when the technology changes, as and when like the things keeps changing, right? So see, when it comes to railway, we have, it is totally the public undertaking here, right? Railway is public yes, public and public undertaking. That's the reason what they are it is very difficult, right? It is see, public undertaking, and what happens, this is totally in the hands of the central government itself. Till now no private railway has come into existence. No doubt they are planning for that, but again improvised ones. See, now metros have come into existence. No doubt they are not carrying any goods. Okay, let me tell you. But yes, transportation, for the transportation, that is like a improvised one. As I told you, roadways, we are having the flyover and all, right? Again, flyovers, again there are many different kinds of flyovers. Okay, again there are many improvised things. You can just make a note of all those things. So today, let me tell you, let me conclude the things here. So we did study about metalled and unmetalled roadways, wherein metalled are the one which is using all the cement or even coal. Okay, all this the coal tar, what we call it as, and those roads which will be having life. Unmetalled are the one which is having very less life, and during the rainy season we can find only the ditches, we do not find the roads there. So railways, we came across that it is the principal mode, and even carries out the multifarious activities here, and it is definitely binding the economic life with accelerating the industry and agricultural sectors. So with this, dear students, let me conclude it today. Let me meet you again in the next class with a new topic, that is pipelines, and the further things like waterways and airways, and even we will be learning about communication. Thank you so much, dear students. Have a great day. Thank you for your patience.